Philippine Stock Market Weekly Update powered by Google AI. And this one is for last week, February 16 to 20. Mapapansin nyo kahit AI siya, may mga sinasabi siya na hindi ako nag-agree. Kahit AI, inaaway ko siya, ganun. Okay? Anyways, if you want exclusive investing related contents in the Philippine stock market, check the pinned comment. For daily insights in the world of investing, Philippine stock market, check my Facebook page. So ang theme natin for last week is monetary relief. Kasi gawa sila ng interest rate cut meets regulatory turbulence. Sa SCC and DMC. Okay. So the PSCI closed the week gaining 1.26% overall. However, the week was a roller coaster. So nag-start yung week sa mga SCC and DMC investor. Madaming nagulat. Madaming nagtaka. Madaming portfolio value yung na-wipe out. So, naghanap sila ng good news, no? Na mapagpagaan ng loob nila, okay? Well, ako technically, like I said on my previous video, holder din ako ng SCC and DMC, and combined they represent less than parang less than 4.5% of my portfolio. So naapektuhan din ako, pero hindi siya tulad nung iba, no? Malamang double digit yung mga losses nila, okay? So they lost billions in market cap following a Department of Energy decision to auction off their main coal contract. Siguro na-expect ng SCC, itong mining asset na to, parang pa-deplete na, so na-expect nila, madali siyang i-extend, okay? Kahit nasabihin mo pang 50 years lang yung maximum per contract, blah blah blah, pero behind the scene dapat madali na lang plansyahin yun kung talagang pwede siyang i-extend. Diba? Sabihin mo lang sa press release na, uy, nirenew na namin, blah, blah, blah. However, that's not the case. Talagang nagkaroon siya ng press release na na-reject. So, may clear, may clear distinction na balak talaga nilang ipa-auction yan. And, may the best man win, no? May the best Conglo win. Despite nagde-deplete na yung, yung asset na yan, yung coal asset na yan. Pero actually, may mga additional pang asset na kasama sa kontrata na yon. So, baka magka-interest pa rin yung yung iba. Depende, no? Bahala na sila dyan na maglaban-laban. Okay? The market was saved on Thursday by the BSP. So, nag-rate cut ulit. Pero, may nabasa ko recently, article. Sabi ng BSP, kahit mag-rate cut kami ng mag-rate cut dyan Dumating na sila sa point na wala na ganong ambag yung marikat na yan sa itatakbo ng economy ng Pilipinas. So, parang sinasabi, BBM, anong gagawin natin? Parang ganun no? Personal opinion ko lang, okay? This move effectively stabilized the broader index, shifting the focus from coal-related, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, ito yung update ng year-to-date performances ng iba't ibang indices na tinatrack ko. So, the PSEI rebound. Labit doon siya sa 7% kung saan dyan siya nag-peak, no? This year, okay? The US market, QQQ flattish, SPY flattish, emerging market, no? Lakas pa rin, no? Emerging, international, and Southeast Asia. So makikita nyo talagang while yes, sumalaban yung US market, pero pag ganyan, talagang may nagro-rotate na dyan, di ba? Pupunta na sila on a more, or a much more undervalued market na maybe that's emerging, Southeast Asia, and international, okay? Total world is also doing well, and my personal dividend retirement portfolio, so medyo nag-rebound din siya from the onslaught of SCC and DMC. At one point 4% no? Then hanggang sa bumawi siya ulit to yan na 5.55. So, in-outperform pa rin ako ngayon ng PSEI. Pero pag finactorin ko yung dividend ko na matatanggap throughout the year, baka tinatalo ko pa rin ng PSEI. And tinatalo ko pa rin ng US market and the total world. So, malakas pa rin yung emerging Southeast Asia and international kasi bumabawi lang sila from lackluster years dati. Ayan, no? So, EM total return parang 35% pa lang sila since 2021. Southeast Asia, 50% since 2021. International, 62%, no? Compare mo yan kay, US market na halos, or doble na, no? Yung na-return nila since 2021. So, gumagawa sila ng catch-up. Eventually, itong PSCI, ganun din gagawin yan, no? Yung ganyan mga market cap weighted na, index. Eventually, rin yan, no? Yung sunod-sunod din siya na, laging positive. Every lang sa eventually, makakabol din siya sa ibang, rito. Ibang market. The SCC shock, the DOE's decision to auction, blah, blah, blah. Ano kayang regulatory risk na yan, no? Kasi sa ngayon, sila yung may talagang masaya mong technically qualified, no? Takal na sila dyan eh. So, yung investment nila, nandyan na. Okay? Expertise, nandyan na. So, since in-announce or na-press release yung issue na yon, down pa rin siya ng negative 19%. So, yung mga investor na concentrated on DMC SCC, malamang down sila ngayon ng double digit, no? Ito, negative 12%. Okay. The pivot, the PSP signaled that this is just the beginning of the monetary bridge to support the economy. Following week Q4. Pero feeling ko yan, no? 4.25 yan. And then, yung next na rate cut nila, baka towards the end of the, towards the end of the year. Then you have the MSCI anticipation, large cap volume spike on Friday. As institutional funds prepare for the March 2 index rebalancing. Ang tanong, baka may mga magbibenta dyan, di ba? Ano, ticker symbol ng Maynilad, ito. So, uy, di ba? Baka prepare na silang bubusan yan Okay. So here are the blue chip stories or large cap. SCC, the biggest story of the week. 20%. Sabi ngayon dyan, kabado. Diba? What if hindi sa kanila ibigay? Pero nag-rebound siya, towards the end of the week. Gawa siya ng rebound. Malay mo, baka magtuloy-tuloy, Bumalik siya sa, close to 30, ganon. So, stabilizing as value hunters look at the high dividend yield. Pero, yan eh. Magbababa yan ng dividend yield niya, tawag nito. This year, for sure yan. Kasi nga, yung yung performance nila last year. So, sa ngayon, ang yield niya at current price is, ilan ba? 0.75. So, based on last year's dividend rate, ang yield niya is, kunyari, binili mo siya sa 25 pesos. That's a yield of 12%, pero I doubt na yan yung bibigay nila, lumagapak nga sila last year eh. Ayan, 15. Sabihin na natin 60% of that yung ibigay nila, Times 0.6. Siguro mga lang, 7% yield for the full year. Yun yung hula ko lang, okay? So DMC of course dahil part ng growth driver niyan is SCC. So karon din yan ng selling pressure. So investors are now assessing if the real estate and water units can offset the coal contract. Wala, hindi niya kaya, very sluggish ngayon yung performance ng real estate. Yung water unit nila Maynila, it's still growing. I think more than 30% pa rin ata or more than 40% pa nga na nilang nire-report na earnings. Gagaling pa rin kay kanilang SCC. So I think mahiraman pa silang i-offset yan, for now, unless lumaki yung kanilang real estate water unit. So may nickel mining sila which are expected to do well this year. And then, nandun kasi yung sakit sa ulo na visit na concrete, yung dating Cemex. Kaya nga nila binuo yung ano nila yung CMX nila or kaya nila binili yung CMX na yon para magkaroon siya ng synergy sa kanilang call segment sa SCC eh. So, another sakit sa ulo, ganon. So, Ali, magbe-benefit daw siya sa rate cut. Declare to ng dividend recently eh. Medyo, medyo okay naman. Pero mas mababa pa siya compared to other, property stocks out there. So, kunyari, declare siya ng, di ba? 0.3194 plus 0.0319 times 2. Kunyari, dalawang ganyan. Divide by 21.25. That's 3.3%. Siguro mag-correct pa siya ng 50% pa para 6% yield, mga ganon. Pero nag-report kasi yan ng earnings niya and I think okay yung ni-report niya. But still, I think relative to other property stock, small pa rin siya. Okay. SMPH, late week rally as investors bet on increased consumer spending and lower cap rates, so it's small and blah blah blah. Wala nga. I think 2026 is the year for a smaller property stock. Ay, hindi nga makakat-angat to. Globe preferred share. Ang expand daw nila, you have MBT, namigay ng dividend. Total of total of 5 pesos. So similar lang sa dineclare nila last year. So hindi sila nagtaas na nilang dividend rate. Bakit kaya? Baka hindi maganda yung outlook ng 2026. Pero daw siya, defensive fortress. Kasi relative sa, kunyari, BDO tsaka, BPI, mas maganda yung asset quality niya. So, BDO, experience high volume as the index main liquidity proxy. Benta nyo na yan. So, BDO, ito natin hindi nagre-report BPI nag-report na. So, MBT pala nag-report na, ganun ulit, low single digit. Okay? Kung ang nireport sana ni Metrobank, higher than, mid single digit. Tapos nagtaas siya ng kanyang dividend rate. Makakuha yun sana na, investor Kakaroon sana to ng optimism para pupunta siya sa kanyang book value Kaso, hindi nangyari Pero, doon pa rin yung, mukhang pinipitik siya. We'll see. So, ICT, Global Hedge, wala nang pakialam sa nangyari sa Pilipinas. Yung port niya, majority na kanyang port nasa outside Philippines. Yung kanyang mga growth driver talaga na port operation. Uy, grabe Lupit mo talaga. So, Ayala Corporation, gain momentum. So, nag-report si Ali, maganda, growing, BPI growing. Naku, mukhang mali ako Ang pipitik si Ayala Corporation pinipitik na nga Then you have the mid-cap, so nickel, safe haven, USPH, wala, hindi ako naniman yun sa MOU na to, Ang tinitin ngayon sa nickel, makumanda yung re-report niya na fourth quarter. So, binabasa akong article, nag-record daw ng record earnings ang mga nickel miner sa Pilipinas ng 2025. So, kung totoo yun, feeling ko maganda yung re-report na ito. Kaya to ngayon, may mga investor na nagbabuy up niyan. So, Mark Venture, yung yun. FILRT. Nag-declare ng dividend. So, visit na to, Wala talaga to. So, sa baba ulit. 0.062. Nag-infuse siya ng mall around, late ata ng third quarter, fourth quarter. Bago. Pero we'll see. Mga kabelo din yan. You have RCR, finalizes landmark property for share swap, blah, blah, blah. Wala nang ganap dyan sa RCR, rate. Baka nag-pick na yung mga rate na yan Alternergy. Speculative. Sino bumibili ng Alter Energy? Ano pala, binili pala ata to ni ano? Di ba yun? GSIS. Nasa ano pa lang to? Building phase na kanyang mga asset. Cebu Pacific. Benefiting from a Goldilocks environment, cooling fuel prices over blah blah blah. Ito kailangan talaga nila to para gumangan yung kanilang balance sheet, no? And the rebound, ito wala to. Regional. Nakalang issue natin yung tourism industry na yan eh. Pinapalitan yung ano na dyan eh. Yung secretary dyan eh. So BHI, alright, wala. Speculative MREIT, renewed institutional accumulation as investors seek yield accretive assets. Kasi ano to yun eh. Blue chip rate pa rin yan eh, di ba? Ang bagay niyan, Mega World. So eventually, mag-invest ng asset. And sa ngayon, nasa 7% yield siya. I think yung optimism sa mga rate, magro-rotate lang yun, magro-rotate eh. Una si A-rate, next si RCR. Ito naman yung sunod, no? Mega World na rate. Then you have APX, experience extreme volatility. Nagre-rebound na naman yung gold eh. Tsaka itong si APX, unlike kay OGP, aggressive mag-capex to. Kaya yung gold production nito, talagang yan. Kaya nilang patasin year over year, coupled with increasing gold prices. Talagang ito yung possible pumutok yung kanyang profitability. Kasi nga, mahilig siya mag-capex, no? Unlike kay OGP, mas mataas pa yung depreciation nun kaysa kinakamis nun eh. In some years, literal na lang yun eh, dividend cash cow. Na kapag biglang bumagsak yung yung gold prices, may squeeze yung cash flow nun. Tapos kunyari, yung depreciation nila at some point, no, kailangan mo talagang bumili ng may equipments. Lahat ng yon cash outflow, di ba? Pag nagsama-sama lahat yon, plus the full effect ng FTAA na agreement nila sa gobyerno, lahat ng yon mag-squeeze ng dividend, no? So, mag-hold kayo bigla dyan, no? Biglang malit na lang yung binibigay nyo na, dividend. Maswerte yan, Maswerte siya after niya mag-IPO, umat yung gold price, eh. So, EEI, wala na to. Iba na yung EEI ngayon, eh, sa EEI dati, di ba? Ang EEI, sikat to dati sa engineering, bla bla bla. Ever since nung nagka-pandemic, nagka-COVID, nagkanda na to eh. Nagkanda sira-sira na yung business na to. I think Romualdez stock na ata to eh. No? Romualdez company na ata to eh. Daming project nito dati eh. Maski nga outside Pilipinas, tumitira yan. Ngayon, wala na, no? I think because of too much leverage. Ganda, sila, ipit-ipit, ganon. So, global and regional market pulse, coal to green, structural shift. The DOE's move on SCCs and just a regulatory hiccup is a signal that the Philippine government wala. Paano mag-accelerate energy transition? Majority ng provide na energy ng Pilipinas still coming from coal, no? Mahirap siyang i-phase out sa ngayon. The US dollar and the BSP divergence. The BSP is cutting rates even as the US Fed remains cautious. Blah, blah, blah. Prioritizing local growth. Yung peso natin medyo, lumalakas siya recently. It creates a much needed stimulus for the local stock market. So, forecast for next week. Watch out for SCC rebound. Magre-rebound yan pag may good news. Pag throughout the weekend, biglang nag-release. Joke lang. SCC pala. Sila pa rin. Kasi sila yung most qualified. Di syempre, shoot up ulit yan, no? Malamang babalik siya dito. Magre-release pa siya ng, dividend announcement. Di ba? So, yung mga nag-buy the dip dito, di instant genius kaagad. Ganun yun. So, MSCI implementation, the high volatility is expected on Friday, Feb 27, as international funds align their portfolio for the March 2 index. So, habang nag-align ng portfolio, yung iba siguro dyan, naka-ready ng mag-book ng profit. Then you have the property momentum. Watch for Ali, SMPH. Sino pa yung mga property? So, Ali kanina, Wala eh, di ba? Oh, Ali. Oh, wala. Ayaw pitikin. So, nag-report na yan ng earnings niya. Ayaw pitikin. SMP siya nag-report na to. Decent naman. Ganun din, ayaw pitikin. RLC. Oh, ito yung pinipitik eh. Meg. Oh, Meg. Gumagawa to yung share buyback eh. Malapit na rin itong pitikin eh. Mag-report to ng maganda niyang earnings. Baka pitikin na rin to. Yung pinapambato ko ngayon sa property, Century. Uy, diba? Pag nag-report to ng magandang fourth quarter, baka biglang mag-piso yan eh. Joke lang, di ko alam. Okay. Anyways, ayun lang muna for today's or for last week's stock market update.